Hey guys, so super quick story time before we get started with the video about my first lesson as a YouTuber, and that's to always keep a spare SD card in your camera bag. So this is actually my second attempt at shooting this video. That's because for the first attempt, I wanted to shoot this video in the McDonald's restaurant so that it would be something a little different. As you guys well know, every other McDonald's review I have published on the channel to date has been in the Palisade. Well, it looks like this one is going to be too, and that's because I get to McDonald's, I put the order in at the kiosk, they bring it out, I've got the camera set up, ready to go, I'm framing the shot, and what do I notice? A little informational message up in the top corner. No SD card. Whoops, where is it? Well, I was offloading some footage for another video and I left it plugged into my Mac. So yeah, unfortunately I had nothing to record to. I guess I could use my phone, but that was just more than I really wanted to get into. So I wanted to share a lesson that I learned with you guys, so hopefully you don't repeat my misfortunes. But anyway, with that quick story time out of the way, let's get this video started. Roll the intro. This is Beard Unbound. So as you saw in the thumbnail, we're going to be reviewing McDonald's new gold sauce today, but we're also going to be reviewing, so let's get started with the gold sauce, and we're going to be reviewing it with the 10-piece nuggets from the McDonaldland Meal. I've heard this compared to Chick-fil-A sauce quite a bit, so I'll be interesting to see if that comparison is actually accurate. Look at that, guys. It's very thick sauce, coats the nuggets nicely. It smells almost identical to Chick-fil-A sauce. Let's give it a try. This tastes very similar to Chick-fil-A sauce. It's not identical by any means. It's very, very similar. It's a lot smokier than Chick-fil-A sauce, I think. And now that I'm looking at it, I notice, and I hope this comes through on camera, there's little bits of what almost look like red pepper in the sauce. So I think they were also going for a spicier version of the Chick-fil-A sauce. That's a quality McDonald's sauce. So judging it in the context of other McDonald's sauces and not comparing it directly to something like Chick-fil-A sauce, I will give it a 8 out of 10. I really like it. There's room for improvement. Personally, I would like for what I think at least is red pepper in there to serve a bit more of a purpose and for it to be a little spicier. But if you guys have been around the channel for any length of time, you know that I love spicy food, so I'm gonna want anything and everything to be spicier. So that is the only thing I could improve there, I think. And that's purely just personal preference. So next up, we are going to review I think this is the Mount McDonaldland Shake. Looking at the menu, it was abbreviated MT McDonaldland Shake. So I believe this is the Mount McDonaldland Shake. And I just immediately, look how aesthetic this thing is. I mean, this is really, really cool looking, right? They definitely hit it out of the park in the looks category, but I would dare say looks aren't nearly as important as taste when it comes to food, although it has been said that you eat with your eyes. So I don't know, what do you guys think is more important, taste or visual appeal of a food item? Both? Neither? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, let's try this out. So I've heard this compared to cotton candy, and I could see that, but to me, at least the flavor profile that I get here is berry, like a mixed berry almost. And I think the dominant flavor that's coming through is blueberry more than anything. Let's see, I want to try this foam specifically. Yeah, that foam is really, really fruity by itself. Yeah, I could definitely see how cotton candy would be the overall umbrella term for the flavor profile of this. But to me, it's more of a mixed berry with blueberry sort of dominating over and above anything else. We've got the fries. You guys know we got to try the fries. I'm not going to rate the fries because I've rated the fries in previous videos. My rating hasn't changed. But what I do want to do is I want to try the fries with some of the golden sauce, or excuse me, gold sauce. I keep calling it golded, it's gold sauce. I want to give this one more try before it melts too much. That's a really good shake overall. This would have been something Bella would have loved. This is something that I would love to see McDonald's actually roll into their permanent menu rotation. It'd be pretty cool to have a fourth shake option other than the traditional chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. So next up, we've got the Deluxe Gold McCrispy. This is their McCrispy sandwich with lettuce, tomato, bacon. Yeah, there's some bacon hiding under there. And yeah, there's some gold sauce on there. You can't really see it with the lettuce, but it's there. And I believe this is a potato bun. So there's a lot of premium touches to the sandwich, I would say. Let's give it a try. So the McCrispy by itself is a quality chicken sandwich. But with the addition of the gold sauce, I think it gives it a extra dimension of flavor. It gives it a really nice twang, if you will. It's just a nice kind of subtle flavor accent along with everything else. I think the bacon adds a lot to the sandwich as well over just your regular run-of-the-mill McCrispy. But I think that is a really good sandwich overall. I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10. And I realized that even though I've tried this thing twice now, I have yet to give it an actual numerical score. So I really like this. Like I said, I'd like to see this become a permanent staple of the menu, I think. But it is very, very, very sweet. So I think I'll give it a 7 out of 10 overall. Oh, sorry. I was just doing some random dancing while I was waiting for my camera to become overheated. Is it just my Osmo Pocket 3 or is it everyone's Osmo Pocket 3 that is super sensitive to heat? I never thought that a camera like this would overheat quite as much as it does. Although it is a very small form factor device, and it's a lot of components. packed into a pretty small space. So it would make sense that thermal management would be an issue there. Anyway, now that we're back in action, the last thing that we have to review in today's video is our McDonaldland souvenir toy. I've heard the McDonaldland meal referred to as the adult Happy Meal, so I'm going to choose to call this our McDonaldland toy. Why can't adults get toys with their meals, right? That should be a thing that we work to normalize. Let's see who we got. So there's apparently 6 of these. I'll be interested to see who we got. Now, before I unwrap the paper, I will say that the first time I had this meal, you know, like an hour and a half ago, I got Grimace. So I'm gonna be low-key mad if I get Grimace again. But let's see who we got. Oh, it's Grimace. Oh, no, it's not. I take that back. It's Birdie. Birdie. So let's open it up, take a look. Thanks for traveling to McDonaldland. Let's see. There's a code on the back of this, so I don't know if I want to show you guys that. Little McDonaldland suitcase. I think this is a sticker. Birdie is my bestie. Well, Birdie's a pilot. That makes sense, right? She's a bird, so she can fly. I think this is another sticker. Got breakfast with Birdie. Hey, I'd get breakfast with Birdie. She seems like a real one. Here's Birdie's passport. Got her passport number. Oh, let's see. Her hobbies are singing, art, and flying. Her favorite color is pink. She's a Libra. This was issued in 1977. So I guess McDonaldland doesn't have the same rules for renewing your passport like the US does. Although it's a good question. I've never really paid attention if the original issue date changes when you get, or I guess I should say if the issue date changes when you renew. I should look at that. Let's see, we got a postcard here. Wake up at the Birdie house. I feel like Birdie should be an Airbnb host in McDonaldland. That would be a thing that she could do. And then here's another just generic McDonaldland postcard. So now I have Birdie and Grimace, so I just need 4 more and I will have the full set. But all right guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed the review of the new gold sauce, the Mount McDonaldland shake, and the Gold Deluxe McCrispy sandwich, along with seeing what McDonaldland toy / souvenir we ended up with. But that's all I've got for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching to the end. If you've made it this far, then please drop me one of these to let me know that you are one of the real ones. That's all I've got to say. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.